So my first story is going to be about Pete Hines, who is leaving Xbox. He is retiring. This follows Jim Ryan's recent retirement. I guess that was announced, last week or 2 weeks ago. So he's retiring. Now, the reasons that he's given is that he just felt that it was time for him to move on. He does say he does want to stay involved in gaming, but maybe not right away. Maybe he wants to focus on family for a bit. And then after that, maybe he'll move on to maybe being a consultant in some form or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of rumors going around about maybe some of the motivations for it. But personally, if it's me, I think he just wants to retire. Granted, he is a lot younger than Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan is what, 62, 63. So he's hitting that 65 age range. Pete Hines is, I think, 54 or 53, something like that. But if I had as much money as he did, I would be more than happy to retire right now at 39. So I think that is a perfectly valid things. I have seen some people make some good points, though, that maybe part of the decision was, in fact, that after the merger, he was the
Think
head of marketing for Bethesda. Xbox already has their head of marketing. Do they need two heads of marketing? Probably not. Maybe that was part of the decision as well. But I do think that mostly it was just he was ready to try something new and he's got the money he needs. So why not?
so. I think like looking at acquisitions, looking what's happened in the gaming industry. Epic spun off Bandcamp, and Bandcamp fired 600 people last week, right? Epic's probably going to go through another round of firings because they say their financials are not good, even though Tim Sweeney got $2 billion last year or 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah, you can pay your CEOs less and keep people on, right? But of course, the big companies don't want to do that. On the Microsoft side, like lots of people are consolidating. They laid off 700 people from LinkedIn. LinkedIn, of course, is a Microsoft company. And that's because you look at what's happening in the world, news, politics, hot zones, or I forget what is the other English word for that, but just things going on. So companies are sort of battening down the hatches. The CEO of JP Morgan was on, and was like, yeah, things are not over yet, even though inflation's coming down around the world. So it makes sense, right? If you're a big company, you spent however many $1 billion on acquisitions. Now you need to fine tune the organization. And as Adam said, you don't need two heads of marketing. And Pete Hines is a divisive character when you think about Fallout 76. And I think generally speaking, like you think of the, what's it, Reggie Films Ames, that last French name that I can't pronounce for Nintendo, very good reputation. Like he's like the positive sort of person you want leading an organization that, okay, whenever he gets on stage, you're getting brownie points from everybody across the social media. And that sort of helps people. And I think whoever Bethesda needs a person like that, like Nintendo does, like Sony does for a whole bunch of franchises. Microsoft doesn't really have a person like that. Phil Spencer is definitely not that person. So maybe they're going to look for somebody else because Pete Hines is no longer the star child.